The double bass is always looked upon as the Cinderella, but the truth of the matter is, in chamber music in particular, the double bass has an extraordinarily important role. It does not only provide harmony, it also provides rhythm, but also the manner in which you play the bass line has a very important effect upon phrasing. It's not just about the mechanics of dynamics, it's about artistry. My name is Leon Bosch, I'm a double bass player, and also I'm the founder and artistic director of I Musicanti, the ensemble. We're here today in St. George's Church recording the Trout Quintet.
The Trout Quintet. The more I do it, the more I realise what an absolutely unbelievable masterpiece it is, and kind of seminal. It changed the course of music. And to play such a piece in such a circumstance and with such great fellow musicians is a fantastic experience.
By coincidence, I found Hummel's transcription of his own septet, the Military Septet, for piano quintet for the same instrumentation, and it's also Opus 114. So isn't it interesting that we will have a recording of Schubert's Trout Quintet, the most famous piece of chamber music, and it also includes the double bass, Opus 114, and then Hummel to partner at Opus 114. I Musicanti I formed in 2014 when I left the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields, and this ensemble is going to become the vehicle for my musical aspirations. All the musicians in Musicanti are old friends of mine. I've known Peter Donohoe for nearly 40 years.
Leon and I were basically educated in the same part of the north of England, so there's obviously a bond there because of a shared history to some degree. And also, Leon is a very prominent performer on double bass, both as soloist and members of chamber ensembles and previously orchestras. And he's a conductor as well, so there are lots of opportunities to actually work together. I Musicanti is a group I've played with several times before, and this is our second recording together, and it's such an incredible pleasure.
Bob Smissen, the viola player, and I, we spent 20 years going to work together at the Academy. And Zsolt, the leader of the ensemble today, also I met in the Academy probably about 11 or 12 years ago.
I've known Leon for about 25 years. We've travelled together more miles than I care to think. Leon was in the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields with me. Zsolt came and directed us for a few tours and concerts.
Oh, yeah, all sorts of things.
Yeah. So we've
all
kind of rubbed along together for maybe 15, 20, 25 years.
Richard Harwood, cellist, is probably the most recent addition. I've known him for 15 years.
We met through, I think we met through the studio, in the studio recording something. We quickly got on and started playing together, and I think that's around the time I Musicanti formed.
What is interesting about this is that the double bass is central to this instrumentation. We've played the Trout together many times, and I finally decided the time had come to record it. And we don't have to talk much, we just play.
With chamber music, the whole thing is so, for want of a better word, sort of democratic. You know, we all contribute equally and we all adapt to each other equally. And the whole thing is such a glorious change from the usual scenario, which I really revel in.
All live performances, of course, when you do live performance, you have the frisson of the audience, and it gives one a heightened sense of occasion. The microphone does something quite similar. Just knowing that a microphone has been turned on changes everything about the musician's relationship to the music and the instrument.
thing with these seminal pieces in our repertoire is that at first they seem like mountains to climb when you're in your teens or when you're at college. And so your first experiences are incredibly exciting and, of course, rather daunting. And as you play them over the years, you kind of have a longer view of them, like a roadmap. You know the journey.
I think the greatest about this piece is it has been established that amongst musicians you say it's the Trout constellation or Trout combination, which everyone in the music world knows, aha, this is piano, violin, viola, cello, double bass. So that already suggests that it has in the chamber music world, or actually no, not just chamber music world, but globally in the music world, a place that everyone knows this is the Trout. Like everyone knows when there's a red you stop and when there's a green you go.
Hummel's famous quintet, the famous piano quintet, I've always known about that and we played it a million times because that quintet of Hummel's for this instrumentation inspired the Trout. I discovered that the Military Septet, which is one of my favorite pieces of Hummel, had also been transcribed for us. And what I'm delighted about is that this recording of the Hummel Quintet, Opus 114A, the transcription of his Military Septet, will be a world premiere recording. Who would have thought that with a Trout Quintet recording you can have a world premiere of a piece by Hummel?